I'm Craig Walker.
And I'm Arno from Booka Shade, and you're watching Toasted.
Gentlemen, welcome to Amsterdam.
Welcome.
Oh, sorry, thank you. Welcome.
Well, this is your gig, so thanks for having us. Hey, a new album out to Galvany Street. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Coming out this week.
Friday.
Yeah.
Out on Friday, yeah. The day we play in London.
This was not as hard as the Eve album I heard in the interview, which was a pain in the ass, and this was easier for you guys for some reason.
This was much easier. Yeah, Walter, who can't be here today, my partner in Booka Shade, we made the decision after the Eve album that we wanted to change some things in the working process, and we wanted to open up and bring in more people to work with. And we wanted more singers also. We wanted more song structure on the album. So we started to work with a couple of people, but a year and a half into the production, we realized, okay, something needs to change as well. And then we met Craig Walker, who just moved from Dublin to Berlin at that time, and we got introduced. And it just started off really well. But we didn't have a great plan, so we said, okay, let's just try some songs, see how it goes. And then after a while, we realized, yeah, we get enough songs together that we could actually think of an album.
We'll get to your story soon, Craig. The impression I got when looking at the small documentary that you guys made, a 10-piece documentary on every track, which I love, by the way, is that you were actually completely dissatisfied with the sound that you had. And you also said in an interview there was nothing much that we could say about the previous music styles that we were in.
We explored the music in depth, yes. So tech house with the riffs that we do and the bass lines that Booka Shade have, we're very proud of it. So we created our own sound universe, which is very difficult in instrumental music, because normally when you have a singer, it's much easier because the singer will keep it together. But with instrumental music, you have to find your language. Now, okay, we're proud of that. I mean, we still play the songs, we're very happy about it. But to progress, we realized that we needed to push ourselves and not repeat the same thing, because that's quite easy. You do the same thing all over again, but it's not what we're about. So every couple of years, we realize, okay, something new has to come, new input, and that's the thing. So, and also the tech house grooves, we wanted to step away from that for a while. We thought that, the grooves, for us as musicians, we need to try out more stuff. On previous albums, we never had a pure dance album. We always had different grooves on the albums, always. We had slow songs. But, we just wanted to shake things up and do it differently. And that's what we mean in the documentary.
Is this very much a band, actually? Because you already say band, and it sounds like a band. Is it for you as well, Craig?
I think this record sounds much more like a band, and particularly live. We played our first show in Brussels on Sunday night as with me in the lineup, and it was great. Yeah, for a first gig, it was amazing. It's great. Because when I went to see the band play in December, before I think we'd just finished the record, and they played in Berlin. On the Movements tour, and I was I was so impressed, for electronic act, it had balls, and Arno plays live drums and percussion, which gives it this immediately an energy in the room that you don't get so much when you go and see a guy just kind of DJing or like a lot of electronic music is performed. So dynamically, it felt they were already a band in my eyes, and I just have to try and sit in there and not ruin their music.
Well, talking about that, it must be really tough too, though. I mean, and that's probably, like you said, you're creating beats, you're creating music, you have to find your identity. But the same goes for you. You have to find your music and make lyrics, make song lines on electronic beats or beats, which is, I think, very difficult.
It can be, and really what I think we had similar tastes from the past, and today we've similar tastes in music, and we have similar histories in what we like, which made it a bit easier because I kind of had an idea of what they wanted, whereas with a lot of electronic stuff that I've done in the past, where I'll write top lines on electronic music, and it'll just be they'll take one line. You know, you'll write reams of material and
Your whole life.
Yeah, your whole life is a beautiful thing, and they'll pick one line, and the line that you least like will become the chorus, and that's it. You're stuck with it. So
we have a bit more vocals.
It's a bit more vocals.
Yeah. Did you write all the lyrics?
Apart from Eyes Open, which was written by the guys, and I just sang that one. But the other one was pretty much me, and then going back to the guys, and there was some changes made. But pretty much it all seemed to work very easily, and the stuff that when the material they gave me, I really loved. The production was amazing. It was the best kind of demos I've ever worked on.
I think the whole thing is that you can sum it up by saying it all came very naturally. Whereas for the last album, Walter and I had problems with each other. Also, it didn't click so well. And this time around, it was just pure pleasure. Although the music is much more gloomy and a bit more darker. We as individuals and as a group felt much better. And also when you're talking about finding your place there in the group and with the live shows, what's a lot of fun at the moment, of course we play the new songs from the new album, but of course we also play some classic songs. And songs like In White Rooms sound very fresh for us because he plays the bass with it, so he doubles some parts, and it feels much more organic and it rocks, and that's a great change for us also. We've been playing the songs for a while. We always do new arrangements for the tours to keep us happy and also present something new. But this time around, it feels very organic.
Gloomy, you said. One of the things I wrote down was atmospheric. I think, let me see, all of this and nothing. Yeah, I wrote down so many shit about your songs. I can't really keep this in.
My own tweets.
All of this and nothing. It's the last track. I think it's a special track. I think it's a heavy track in a way. I think it's also very atmospheric. Your voice is different on that track as well. And I was wondering, why is it gloomy? And I think gloomy is probably a bit too heavy for that track. But the whole album has this atmosphere. It's kind of like it made me think of the older Depeche Mode stuff actually, as an influence maybe, and I'm wrong there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, big. We're all massive Depeche Mode fans. It's funny they say gloomy, but I was in Archive for a number of years. That's really gloomy. There's gloomy and there's gloomy.
And then you have these titles.
When we say gloomy, the sun is still shining.